Once again, welcome student to our MAMSC Part 2 class. Today we are going to discuss a topic from chapter 3, that is platforms and satellites. In this video we are going to discuss about various platforms used in remote sensing and their characteristics, as well as we are going to discuss about satellite and types of satellites. So let's begin with platform. In order for a sensor to collect and record energy reflected or emitted from a target surface, it must reside on a stable away from the target or the surface being observed. A platform is the vehicle or a carrier for remote sensors for which they are born. In metrology, platforms are used to house sensors which are obtained data for remote sensing purposes and are classified according to their heights and events to be monitored. So student, in short, platform, it provides platform, it is a device or it is an object on which the sensors are placed. A platform is the vehicle or carrier for a remote sensors for which they are born, and they are mainly classified into three types, that is ground based platform, airborne platform and spaceborne platform. Talking about ground based platform, ground based platforms are often used for recording the detailed information about the surface of the earth, which is compared with the information collected from an aircraft and spacecraft. In some of the cases, this can be used to better characterize the target which is being imaged by these other sensors, making it possible to better understand the information of imagery. Vehicle used in the ground-borne remote sensing are mobile hydraulic platform. Mobile hydraulic platform, this is carried on the vehicles. Means this platform, it is carried on the vehicle and it is extended at the top to the height of around 15 meter above the surface of the earth, and these platforms carries spectral reflectance meters, photographic system, infrared or microwave scanners. The only limitation of this platform is that the range is very confined to a very small areas around the road, because as it is carried by the vehicle. The next ground based platform is portable mast. Portable mast, it is used to support camera and scanner. For example, in a vehicle, on the vehicle it is fitted and extended in the aerial unit. It is very unstable in the windy condition as it is placed on the vehicle and it is extended. The next ground based platform type is tower. The tower can be dismantled and moved from one place to another place, offer great rigidity than portable mast, but are less mobile and require more time to erect. So this was about the vehicles used in the ground based platform. Next, let us see the ground based platform on the basis of operational range. The first is short range system. It operates at the range of around 50 to 100 meter with a panoramic scanning system. Next is the medium range system. It operates at a distance of 150 to 250 meter, also achieving very high accuracy in high definition serving in 3D modeling application. So, these are having high accuracy and 3D modeling system. The next is long range system, can be measured at a distance of up to 1 kilometer and are frequently used in open pit mining and topographic survey application. So, this was about the ground based platform. We have seen the vehicles which are used in ground based ground borne remote sensing platform, as well as we have seen the operational range. Now let us see airborne platform. The remote sensing data collected with the help of the instrument flying within the Earth atmosphere are called as airborne platform. Different aerial platforms used are, say, balloons, kites, pigeons, or any trained bird, rockets, drones, aircraft, etc. all are included in airborne platforms. Now let us see the another type, that is spaceborne platforms. Spaceborne platforms examples are geostationary satellite, sun synchronous satellite, polar orbit satellite. These are spaceborne platform. The most stable platform is satellite, which is a spaceborne. The first remote sensing satellite was launched in 1960 for a meteorological purpose. Now over 100 of remote sensing satellites has been launched and more are being launched every year. The space shuttle is a unique spacecraft that functions as a remote sensing satellite and can be reused for a number of missions. So this was a short description about the platforms used in remote sensing. Now let us discuss about satellite, an artificial body placed in orbit around the Earth or any other planet in order to collect information or for communication, is known as satellite. When a satellite is launched into the space, it moves in a well defined path around the Earth, which is called the orbit of the satellite. Gravitational pull of the Earth and the velocity of the satellite are the two basic factors that keep the satellite in a particular orbit. Spatial and temporal coverage of the satellite depends on the orbit. There are three basic types of orbit in use, that is geostationary orbit, polar or near polar orbit, or sun synchronous orbit. The path followed by the satellite in the space is called the orbit of the satellite. An orbit may be circular orbit or near circular orbit or elliptical in shape. Orbital period is the point time taken by the satellite to complete one revolution in its orbit around the Earth is called its orbital period. It varies around 100 minutes for near polar Earth observing satellite to around 24 hours for the geostationary satellite. So if the near polar Earth observing satellite is there, so orbital period is around 100 minutes, and it may take around 24 hours for a geostationary satellite. Talking about the altitude of the satellite is its height with respect to the surface immediately below it. Depending upon the designed purpose of the satellite, the orbit may be located at low around 160 to 2000 km to the high of around 36,000 km altitude. So this is the altitude of the satellite. Now there are two conditions, that is apogee and perigee. Apogee is the point in the orbit where the satellite is at maximum distance from the Earth, while perigee is the point in the orbit where the satellite is nearest to the Earth. One more thing we have to keep in mind about satellite is inclination. Inclination of the orbital plane is measured clockwise from the equator. An orbital inclination for a remote sensing satellite is typically 99 degree. Inclination of any satellite on the equatorial plane is nearly 180 degree. Few more things we have to take into consideration about satellite is nadir, its ground track and zenith. Nadir is the point of interception of the surface of the earth of the radial line between the center of the earth and the satellite. This is the point of the shortest distance from the satellite to the earth's surface. Any point just opposite to the nadir above the satellite is called zenith. I repeat again, the point opposite to nadir and above the satellite is called zenith. The circle on the earth's surface described by the nadir point as the satellite revolves around as the satellite revolves is called ground track. In other words, it is the projection of the satellite's orbit on the ground surface. Swath of the satellite is the width of the area of the surface of the earth which is imaged by the sensor during a single pass. So student, this was about the satellite. Now we are going to see the types of satellite one by one, that is geostationary orbit. Geostationary or geosynchronous orbit is the one in which the time required for the satellite to cover one revolution is the same as that of the earth to rotate once about its polar axis. In order to achieve this orbit period, geosynchronous orbits are generally at very high altitude, nearly around 36,000 km. Geosynchronous orbits are located in the equatorial plane, that is with an inclination of 180 degree. Thus, from the point on the equator, the satellite appears to be stationary. The satellites revolve in the same direction as that of the earth, which is west to east. Let us see few characteristics of geostationary satellites. Altitude is around 36,000 km, inclination angle, that is 0, period of orbit 24 hours. Global coverage requires several geostationary satellites in orbit at different latitudes. It is good for a repetitive observation. Large distortion at high altitudes. West is satellite orbiting Earth, mainly used for communication and meteorological application. The satellites such as GOES, Meteosat and INSATs are the example of geostationary satellite. The next is polar or near polar orbits. The polar orbits are usually medium or low orbits, approximately around 700 to 800 km compared to the geosynchronous orbits. Consequently, the orbit period is less, which typically varies from 90 to 103 minutes. Therefore, satellites in the polar orbits make more than one revolution around the earth in a single day. The National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration (NOAA) series of satellites like NOAA 17, NOAA 18 are the examples of polar orbiting satellites. Orbit have near 90 degree inclination. The next is sun synchronous orbit. It is a special case of polar orbit. Like a polar orbit, the satellites travels from north to the south poles as the earth turns below it. In a sun synchronous orbit, the satellite passes over the same part of the earth at roughly the same local time each day. These orbits are between 700 to 800 km of altitudes. These are used for satellites that need a constant amount of sunlight. A typical sun synchronous satellite completes 14 orbits in a day, and each successive orbit is shifted over the Earth's surface by around 2875 km at the equator. Also, the satellite's path is shifted in longitude by 1.17 degree, that is approximately 131 km every day towards west at the equator from. Let us see few characteristics of sun synchronous orbit. The altitude is around 700 to 800 km. Orbit inclination is 98.7 degree. Orbital period is 90 minutes, around 90 minutes. Sun synchronous, near polar, near circular. Satellite orbit is fixed in space, basically north to south. Earth rotates beneath it west to east. It crosses the equator north-south at around 10:30 am local time. Satellite orbital plane is near polar and at the altitude, such that the satellite passes each place at the same local sun time. Entire globe is covered. The few examples of the satellites are Landsat series, Spot series and NOAA. So this was a short description about the satellite and the platform. Thank you.